Hi gorgeous! Happy Frugal Friday to you! It is a gloomy day here in Florida, so we're having to rely on studio lights today. It just is so nasty outside. Ugh. So in today's video, I wanted to share my top favorite brushes with you from the drugstore. And these are ones that I feel like are basic essentials. So if you're looking to just start out with some key brushes, then this is the video for you. I'm not adding in a bunch of unrelative brushes. These are just the ones that are going to give you the most professional looking results at an affordable price without having to have a gazillion brushes on your makeup table. And not only am I showing you each of these brushes up close today, but you know me, I'm going to show you how they apply the makeup onto the face. And for the tutorial that I'm featuring in today's video, that video will also be publishing in addition to this one today as well. So you get 2 videos for Friday. Woo! The first eyeshadow brush that I feel like everyone needs to have in their collection is a really great paddle brush. And when I mean paddle brush, this is a brush that is typically used for applying eyeshadow onto the lids. And I have about 3 options to share with you, all in different price ranges depending on what you are looking for. The first one is from Coastal Scents. No name on this brush, but I will find out which one it is for you and be sure to list it below. This is a simple flat paddle brush, very tightly packed and pretty soft actually. I was impressed for the price that I paid for this, how great it is against the skin. Picks up eyeshadow easily, deposits it evenly. It's a really fantastic brush, especially for the price. Another paddle brush option for you to consider is a little bit skinnier than the Coastal Scents brush that I just showed you. So it's great for smaller eyes. And this was a find at Bed Bath & Beyond. I was looking at some of their brushes recently and came across this new collection. And I've been pretty pleased with it overall. It does hold the eyeshadow in the bristles very well, deposits it onto the eye nicely, and overall, pretty great brush. Another great feature of this brush that you probably already caught on to is that it has another brush at the end, so it is a dual-ended brush. The other brush is an angled brush that is great for filling in your brows and lining underneath your eyes. And I love that it has a dual purpose. Some people like that in a brush, some people don't. But it is a really great one to consider. Another brush for you to consider that is not so much a paddle brush per se, but it is worth mentioning. It's not as flat as the first 2 that I showed you. It's a little bit fluffier, but it still works just as well. This is from Sonia Kashuk, and it is her number 7 brush. I love Sonia Kashuk brushes, and I have quite a few to share with you in today's video. What I love the most about them is the ergonomic handle design. It makes it very comfortable to hold in your hand. It feels like a second extension of your hand, if you will, and it makes it very easy to apply the product that you're using as well. And the bristles in all of her brushes are extremely soft. This one is no exception. It is a little fluffier, very soft against the eyes. Definitely not one of those that's going to scratch your eyeballs out. And the next brush you need is a really great crease brush. Must have. And some of these double as blending brushes and brushes you can use for outer V work also. So I'll talk more about that as we get into each of these brushes. First brush I have to share with you is another Sonia Kashuk. This is her number 28 brush. It has tightly packed bristles. This is a great brush for crease work because it allows you to get in there, deposit the color without depositing too much. I do have a Wet n Wild brush just like this one, but it was a limited edition brush, and I did want to talk about that one so badly because I love Wet n Wild brushes. Unfortunately, they're really hard to find, but side note, if you ever come across any of the Wet n Wild brushes on a limited edition display, grab them. They are absolutely worth it, and for the price, you can't beat it. I think mine was $1. $1! Another excellent crease slash blending slash outer V brush. So it is a triple threat for you to try. Comes from Coastal Scents. And once again, no number on the handle, so I'm not really sure what this one is. However, very fluffy tip. Great for crease work, great for blending, great for applying eyeshadow into the outer V. It is one of those excellent multi-purpose tools that you can get a lot of uses out of within your makeup routine. This one has shed on me just a couple of times, but it's not been so bad. I do feel like it is worth mentioning though, just in case anyone has had questions about the Coastal Scents brushes. Overall, very good brushes for the price, but some of them do tend to shed every now and then. Last eyeshadow brush I have to share with you is another triple threat, just like the Coastal Scents brush that I just talked about. This one is from Boots No. 7 line. It is their eyeshadow blend and contour brush, and you can use this one for crease work, blending, and outer V work. It is excellent for all three of those methods of application. This one does shed a lot when you first start using it. After you have used it and you've broken it in per se, it doesn't shed anymore after that. But beware, this one does tend to leave little hairs everywhere it goes. For face brushes. Now, everyone knows, if you've watched enough videos, that my favorite concealer brush of all time is from e.l.f. It is their Flawless Concealer Brush. I get asked about this one constantly if I don't mention it in a video. Everybody always wants to know, what is that brush? Because it is so fantastic. I use this one, like it says, for concealer application. I use it to buff concealer underneath my eyes, and it leaves such a flawless, beautiful finish. And I think I only paid $3 for it. And it's still my most loved brush for concealer application. I cannot recommend it enough to you. For foundation application, I have a couple of different brushes to share with you from two different brands. Both are the same exact style in that they are stippling brushes, which leave you with a flawless airbrushed finish on the face. The first one is from Icing. I love Icing's brushes. If you're not familiar with Icing, it is the store in the mall that I believe is a extension of Claire's, the jewelry store. They sell so many awesome brushes. They also have some makeup in there that I've not ever tried, but I have been curious about. This is an excellent brush. All of their brushes are excellent. Every single one I have tried, I've never been disappointed by one. Very soft bristles. They last a long time, and you can't beat them for the price. Another wonderful flat top stippling brush for you to try is from Sonia Kashuk, and I've had this brush for close to 3 years now. Love it. It is still sold at Target, and I forget the name of this brush, but it's a little bit smaller in size compared to the Icing brush that I just talked about, so it doesn't cover as much of your face at any given time, if that makes sense. It takes a little bit longer to apply the foundation with this brush, but you still get the same great results as you would with the Icing brush. Love it, and it has not failed me once in the 3 years that I have owned it. I have another one of those dual-ended brushes to share with you. This is a concealer and a foundation brush in one, and this one is also from Icing. The way that I use this one is I'll typically use the pointed end to apply concealer or color corrector underneath the eyes, and then I'll just use the e.l.f. brush to blend it in. And then the other side you could use for foundation application if you wanted to, but the way that I use this one is as a setting brush. So I will set my powder underneath my eyes with it, and it gets in really nicely to those tight crevices around the face. Blush brushes. I have two of them to share with you. You can use either of these brushes for contour also. Love, love, love these. The first one is from Coastal Scents. This is more of your rounded brush. It makes blush application very easy. A little bit tougher for contour, but you can do it with this brush. And I love it because the bristles are surprisingly very soft. Another blush brush to share with you, and this is from that brand that I found recently at Bed Bath & Beyond. And this is an excellent brush. So extremely soft. And it has an angled tip to it, so you can use it for blush application. It's excellent for contour. You can even use this for highlight if you want to too. Save the best brushes for last. Powder brushes. Oh, I have two of them to share with you, and they are both from Icing. What can I say? I love their brushes. This is another one of those brushes where if I don't mention them in a video, I get asked over and over again, what is that brush? And it is amazing. If you have not tried out any of the brushes from Icing, you are missing out. These are the softest, fluffiest, amazing brushes. Love them, and they make powder application so easy. You won't be disappointed. Can I just sit here all day like this? And those were all my favorites. Pretty clean cut and dry. And if you have a favorite that I didn't mention today that you can't rave enough about, I hope you will share it with all of us down below as well. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more Frugal Fridays. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a great weekend.